hello, and welcome to Community TV with Adaire. This is TV for you by TV from me, and this is where I talk to people who are doing yoga, who are doing vegan cooking, gardening, makeup, physical fitness, in fact, anything that people bring to us that we can bring to you to help make your life better. Today we are talking to the amazing Effie. Now she's in the background, and I'm going to pronounce her name Szalai. Give me a thumbs up, Effie. She's saying, yeah, that's right. She is a fun and talented junior primary teacher who loved art in high school and in college, and her passion for art has taken her into a deeper level of understanding about what she does. She supports and helps women to fall in love with who they are. Now, Effie's purpose in life is to continue to allow and give women permission to love who they have become and who they are becoming. She does this through spoiling women with a range of treatments using the beautiful Nutrimetics range, as I should say, because there's lots of them. Effie gives women back their self-worth and empowers them to feel and enjoy and feel beautiful inside and out. And I am what we're doing today here is we're doing some what we call meta stuff. And I've got Effie. We did have some problems getting Effie to come in through, come through on her computer, and so I'm actually Effie's joined me by Messenger, and I am mirroring my screen. So Effie, bear with me. And if you're watching, we've got Renee here. Hello, Marianne as well, and Roz as well. Roz, you might be interested in this. We are doing totally metadata here. So when I can get this working, I'm actually using the new Studio 2 for Be Live TV, and I haven't put any frames up or anything, so it's just me here at the moment, and I'm bringing Effie in, but I can figure out how to do it. This is what we call LOL, folks, learning out loud. Effie is going to share with us what a good foundation for skincare looks like. When I can get her. Now, I've got new solo. Let's see. Effie.
Yes.
All right, Effie. Now you're on the screen by yourself, but I am here, and I'm trying to figure it out. And Roz, maybe you can help. We should have done a bit of a test, but that's okay because this is what we call LOL, learning out loud. Now I'm just going to, I'm just seeing if I can get my video happening and where I can get us both on screen together. But while we do that, Effie, can you just share with us what to look 40 when you're 50 plus? Roz is saying Effie's sound is a bit faint. That's probably because shall she scream? Roz, it's probably because she's coming in through the Messenger. So it's, like I said, it's meta. I'm not quite sure what we can do about that.
Can you actually hear me now, ladies?
Hey, Roz, can you be our tester? Testing. Roz 23, testing. Okay, I'm just going to go on to My Time TV and just have a look at what that looks like, because I think I'm using a lot of system resources as well. So I love it when we just go live and go, well, let's try all this stuff. Oh, dear. And it's... I'm loving it. I really am. I'm living life on the edge. So while I do this, if you want to just share, Effie, what do you have to do if we can get a few tips in about what we have to do to or what's a good practice to do? And what I'd love to do is to hear that story you told me about when your husband asked you to. Oh, hang on, I've got to.
Yeah, so while I do.
All right. Now, Effie.
Is that better?
I think.
Okay, I'm still here.
Okay, Jessica is saying Effie need to talk. Do you know Jessica Vance? She wants.
That ring a bell?
She wants to talk. She wants to talk. There we are. Oh, Roz is saying might help if I if I turn my volume up. All right.
Okay, I'll start talking. All right.
Effie.
Shall I start? Sorry, Helen.
Yes, please. Tell us.
Okay.
Tell us the story that you shared with me earlier about going to the store to get nails for your husband. Only because, and we'll go a step before that, was when I was saying a lot of women I talk to don't have a proper skincare regime, or if they do, they think splashing water on your face is the right thing to do, or using soap and water.
Yes. When we were speaking about that, there was actually an experience that I had. This was a couple of weeks ago, and my husband actually said, Effie, can you go to Bunnings? And I said, okay, no worries. And I said, what do you want me to actually get? And he said, look, I've actually got a nail here, right? And I want you to actually go and buy me these nails. Anyway, so I went into the store. Before I actually got into the store, you know how big Bunnings is. I had no idea where I was going, number one. There was an assistant at the door, and I said, look, this is the kind of nail I need. Where do I need to go? He said, I'll just go down aisle 9, which I did. There was no assistant around, and I'm thinking, oh, my goodness, what the hell, right, am I going to do with this nail to find it? Not only was I challenged to find this nail, there was an assortment of different size nails, different coloured nails. Now, we're talking about not fingernails, we're actually talking about nail that you hit with a hammer, because my husband's actually doing some renovations. So, and I'm just looking there dumbfounded. What do I do? So it actually brought me back to what you were saying before, Adaire, is the reason why, or one of the top reasons why women don't use skincare or really don't know what skincare to use is because they don't know what skin type they are. They don't know what moisturizers is going to suit their skin type. They don't know what cleanser and toner, so they're baffled. Yeah. So even though the analogy for me, the nail, just brought me back to skincare. Now, if you've got an expert, if you've got your own personalised consultant that can do that for you and you take her shopping with you, that is brilliant. But not everybody does. So that's the reason why women will go to just soap and water or just water on it, and they think that's enough. But it's not. Okay. Was there anything that you wanted to ask me, Adaire, that I can also continue? Was there something that you'd like me to?
Well, I'm trying to get us both on the screen at once, Effie, and it's we're getting some feedback from Roz. It just says just where you are speaking as a distance from the phone is right now is great. I don't know whether that's too far or just right. So, and so I'm still trying to, Roz, if you've used Studio 2 and you know how to get your two tabs, your shared screen on screen with your broadcast, please let me know, because I'm clicking everywhere and nothing's happening. So I could just put me up and put Effie up. This is what we call LOL, learning out loud, and we're not afraid to do it, folks. And that's always a curious. I was going, oh, I wonder what will happen if we click this. All right, Roz says, turning off the solo, you'll get a couple of little boxes off. Now turn off the solo. All right. Turn off the solo. Turn off the solo. Turn off the solo. Ah, we did it. Thank you, Roz.
I can't see anything else apart from myself, but that's good.
Roz, you're a rock star. Thank you so much. You are amazing, and appreciate your help. So now let's go back. Now I can concentrate. I'm going to take my glasses off because I can see that the lights I have there, if you don't look after your skin, which I didn't do in the early years, I spent maybe too much time out in the sun, and I did wash my face with soap and water, but what we do when we go live, we've got what we call Botox in a bowl. But what we recommend is that you start early.
Yes.
And what makes for a you were saying before about, and I love that analogy of going to the Bunnings, getting nails, and you didn't know what nails to get, how, like, and what size, what width, what length, whether they're, you know, screws or what else, like, seriously, different colored nails. And so what do you do when you get that confused? You walk out, don't you?
Yeah, well, I was pretty much ready to leave the store. If it was only until I actually went to the counter and there was a lady behind the counter, and I asked her, look, is there any possibility that you're able to come and help me? Whereas the other gentleman before, you know, and that's another thing. I just assumed that, you know, it's going to be the man that's going to help me, because I thought, oh, well, he knows more. But he said, no, I'm actually manning my area. I can't go over and help you.
Oh.
And I'm thinking, ridiculous. So that's when I actually went to the lane. I thought, you know what, darling, are you able to help me? I have no idea what I'm doing. Could you come over and show me? And then we looked at the couple of the different nails. And I'm thinking, wow, you know. So it was an effort. It was an absolute effort for me to go and find these nails, and I was probably already in there for about 20 minutes. And if nobody was there to help me, I would, like you said, I would have just walked out. And I thought, you know what,
I'd be saying select words about that significant other who sent you down there without a proper list too, but that's another story.
Okay, that was it.
It's so when you're looking for skincare, and I know that there is so much out there.
Yes, there is.
And there is, you know, like even play like Choice Magazine, or, you know, the people go, well, you know, how do I know? And, you know, especially when you are, you know, sort of as you move through your 20s, your 40s, 30s, 50s, then your skin changes, and if you're still using the same, you know, like you wouldn't be using an acne treatment if you're in your, maybe not, you know. Well, a majority of people wouldn't need to use an acne treatment because they grew out of that in their 20s, we hope.
Well, I mean, first of all, the one thing that you need to start off with is understanding your skin type, right? Because if you don't know what your skin type is, that's where you will go into the supermarket thinking, well, this will do for my skin. Well, what happens if you just go and get some cleanser and you think this will be fine for my skin? What it can actually do, either you can react to it, either your skin becomes more sensitive, or the other thing is it can become even more dry or more oily, even though your skin type may not be any of those. okay, or even have a skin condition after the fact that you may not be using the correct skincare, and you may have that reaction and allergies to the ingredients that's in it. So you've got to be actually careful what you are putting on your skin. But knowing your skin type, number one, would be the best thing that I can say to you.
Does your skin type change over time?
It will, but again, it also makes a difference as to how you are treating your skin. And what I mean by that is, now, in your teenage years, yes, if you have the breakouts, your skin will change, because that's what happened to me. When I was in my teenage years, I did have bad skin, and I was not using skincare. I just thought my pillowcase is going to take off my makeup, right? Which was not the correct thing to do.
That was me in my 30s when I would stumble home drunk. And I wake up in the morning and there was an imprint of my face on the pillow.
For the next day, put it on.
It just...
It does actually change. Yeah, no, I can relate to those as well, those days. But anyway, but the most important thing is, through the years, in your teenage years, it does change. In your 20s, does change, and 30s, 40s, 50s plus, it will change. So whatever I supposedly was using when I was in my 20s, I'm not using that skincare anymore, because being now in my 50s, right?
The fabulous 50s. Oh, can I do a shout out to Georgie Fitzgerald? She's 50 today. She is one of our Facebook code breakers, and she is also broadcasting or about to broadcast on mytimetv.live. So she'll be a presenter with her own show, and she is just entering the fabulous 50s, and I'm really looking forward to her. So shout out to you, Georgie. My challenge this morning was to find how many ways I could say happy birthday to her today that were, because she's in Tasmania, and that were a little bit different and inventive. I just want to also mention that Roz has said here, is a bit I wanted to mention, like Roz is saying, follow up with the customer is also very important, part of keeping a client and servicing their continuing needs. Note to self. And now she's saying, and I think she's talking about your skin is a bit something as you're aging, going a bit, it's changing, going a bit drier, and the discoloration and patches are starting to show up. And I think we all, have that dreaded liver that we can hide with concealer. So please continue.
Okay, all right. So it's true what was mentioned, definitely following up on your clients, knowing what their skin is like, because like we said, through the years it does change. But the other thing is, yes, we do need to have the correct skincare. Let's say, I'll give you an example. Let's say you've got oily skin like Effie does, right? My best cleanser that I would use for my skin type would be a foaming cleanser, right? And the reason why is because anyone that actually has more of an oily skin type is they don't want to feel anything oily on their. So using a foaming cleanser, but also being a very gentle foaming cleanser, not that actually strips off the oils, because what can also happen is if the foaming cleanser is very dry, then your skin will start becoming very sensitive as well, okay? So using a foaming cleanser but still creamy, is very gentle on the face. Now, if you've got more of a dry skin, I would definitely be going with a creamy cleanser to keep that hydration in the skin as well, so not dehydrating. Especially in winter, what you'll find, it is also very important, apart from using a really good cleanser, using a toner and toners that don't have any alcohol, because alcohol can be very, very drying.
Yeah.
And so it used to be called an astringent. So it actually did have alcohol. And you'll be very surprised there are still some brands that still have alcohol in their products. Okay, so just be very careful. Read up on your products. And the other wonderful thing about knowing about your moisturizers is particularly when we come to a certain age, even in our 30s, 40s, 50s plus, what is important is to start using something anti-aging. Now, another thing that I also would like to let you know, I believe that, yes, if we have the budget for it, if we've actually got the income to spend a little bit more, it is worth it. And the reason why is anyone can claim that their products are anti-aging, right, even in the supermarket, but the concentration, right, is not the same. Okay, so what you'll find, it is important to look at the amount of concentration of the ingredients in anti-aging products.
Well, it's a $1 trillion industry, and I think what's happening is as we're living longer, and we want to obviously enjoy our lives and be as youthful as possible. And I think especially with Gen Xers and baby boomers, it's a new world order, really. And to tell you this story, then I want to mention something that Roz said. My mum has, over the last couple of weeks, she's had 2 operations and cataracts off of each eye. Now, she's 80 next year. And she said, I did a video call with her because I normally go over and I invest every Tuesday with her and Pa Ray so she can have some respite. And she was saying today, she said, I don't want to do video because I look at this old lady with all the wrinkles. And I'm just going, oh, my God, Mother, you are beautiful. And seriously. But what I thought was really hilarious is she didn't even see him until she had the cataracts taken off her eyes. So she can see really well now, and she can see all the wrinkles, and I'm going, well, just like look for something else, look at the leaves on the trees or something. But it was I just thought that was beautiful. But her skincare regime, I think she probably, again, it'd be like for her going into a hardware store to buy nails and you don't know what sort, you don't have someone to guide you through. But Roz is saying here, is using lemon juice as a toner acidifying or alkalizing? So
what you'll find now, it depends the concentration as well, because it can be very acidic, okay, and that can also break out the skin. Because, look, I remember when I was a teenager, one comment that one of my cousins said, oh, Effie, what? And get yourself some sugar and then just do that to your face. Oh, my goodness, my skin reacted so much more because the acid in it. Okay, so it can actually do the reverse. If you've got the lemon, yes, you can put it in water and drink it with hot water.
That's
definitely
exactly what I was going to suggest, because that putting the good stuff on the I think is one of the critical things to do, as well as putting the good stuff on the outside. And I mean, and I know we're aligned with what we talk about in terms of having our heart and our heads aligned as well. And so what we're putting into our bodies by what we eat is, and our emotional state is also as important as what we're putting on our faces. So
certainly, you're right.
Yeah, Roz is saying she tries to use food as your medicine philosophy as much as she can. So, yeah.
Very true. And what you just mentioned before, Adaire, what you'll also find is if you are not drinking enough water, right, your skin will become dehydrated, even if you have an oily skin type. Okay, so it is important to be drinking, even though it is winter.
Yeah.
Right, it is important to be drinking as much water as you can, and depending on your body size as well. Okay, so for my body size, I need to be drinking at least 2.5 to 3 liters a day.
Wow.
Okay?
And
Yeah.
you're like teeny weeny.
So that's the body weight. And that does not include coffee or tea. That is separate.
So I try and drink about 3 of those a day, but I probably need to drink a couple more by the sound of it.
Yeah, yes. So pretty much drinking 1 cup of coffee or tea a day pretty much is replacing it with at least a good 3 glasses of water.
Wow.
Because you've got to remember about 75 to 80% of our body is water.
Yeah.
So water is so important.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But the other thing is, let's go on to, apart from skincare, and also depending on what skin type you are and what skincare you're going to use, let's say you do have, a little bit of a blemish, or you've got sunspots or age spots, using concealers or using makeup is a great barrier, and it actually stops, right, the sun from harming our skin even more. And I know that there are some ladies that think, finding a foundation, it's too hard. Same thing go with the nails. Just go with the nails.
Go with the nails, yeah. Well, I was, for the benefit of those people who weren't privy to our conversation before we came on to Community TV with Adaire, I was showing Effie my makeup regime inside of, like, I'd taken Effie into my bathroom, and I showed her 2 foundations, and one was too dark and one was too light. So I squirt a dab of each and I mix them up together, and I waste not, want not. But, it would be really excellent to have somebody say, this is how you choose the right foundation. Because I have wasted quite a bit of money on not choosing the right foundation.
Do you want me to give you a tip?
Yes, yes, please.
Okay. Again, first of all, it comes down to skin type. You do need to know what your skin type is to find the correct foundation. But to find the correct colour, it is important to put it on the side of your jaw and neck, because once it's blending in and you find that it looks neutral, it looks natural, you have got the right the right makeup. And the other thing.
I was going to say, therein lies the problem, because when you buy the cheap shit from Coles, it's already packaged up. Of
course it is.
You need a consultant.
To buy, right? Look, again, it comes down to budget as well.
Yeah.
But I can tell you one thing: if you cannot try the foundation, don't buy it.
Yes, well, that's absolutely true. And Roz is saying you can mix different tones to get your own perfect colour, but I think a good range would have your perfect colour.
Absolutely.
For you.
The thing is, regardless, let's say you spent $10, right? And you thought, that doesn't suit my skin.
Yeah.
You spent another, say, $15. You've already wasted $25 already.
Yeah.
Right, on foundations. Yes, Roz, I understand, darling, that you can blend, absolutely, and I do it as well. But again, what you'll also find is that, does it sit properly on your skin? Right? Does it feel smooth on your skin?
Yeah.
Does it give you the coverage that you want on your skin? Does it dehydrate your skin? Is it excessively oily on your skin? A foundation is not just a foundation.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So. That's why it is important to actually physically try the foundation. Unfortunately, your supermarkets, you actually buy it before you try it.
Yes.
And you can take it back. That's
you can't. Yeah, once it's out of the packet, that's it. I just want to, we are out of time, honey, but I do want to just, we are going, because Effie goes, what am I going to talk about for half an hour? We are going to have you back on this show, and I have talk to Theone, and we're coming over to your place, and we'll do a series. So watch out, world. Effie's coming to My Time TV. And Roz is saying, just want to make a note, but Roz is saying, being careful not to drink too much water, or some of the minerals can be flushed from the body. Her daughter had potassium and vitamin K deficiency when she drank too much water when training as a racing cyclist. Well, Roz, I think that's a really good point. I will never train as a racing cyclist. I can also tell you that there is it's the biggest problem is the other way around. But thank you for pointing that out. I think 99% of the population would have the problem of not hydrating enough rather than overhydrating. But it is a really good point. And if you're doing that level of training also, you would have a coach, one would hope. So again, yeah, and Roz goes, good information to hear, especially once I turn my volume up. I love it, Roz, I love you turning up. I love seeing you here. Really appreciate it, and appreciate everybody else who's turned up as well. And if you found that there was value here, we would love for you to invite your friends, or make sure your friends see this. We are also available, the replay is available right here on mytimetv.live, and also we broadcast out to over 50 channels of TV on demand through the Binge Networks TV. So if you are watching us through Apple or Roku or Sony or Panasonic or one of those TV apps, thank you for joining us there, and we do appreciate you as well. Effie, there is so much more we could talk about, but like I said, we definitely haven't finished. We will come back and we will be talking further. Don't go anywhere.
Okay.
Because I do want to talk to you after.
Thank you, everybody, for watching.
And now let's see if I can do this. I have no idea what I'm doing. It worked. Big thank you to Effie, who has shared with us a little bit about her expert knowledge of skincare and what to do, what not to do for concealer, foundation. We will be building on this knowledge. Please, if you want to connect with Effie and get her to teach you how to buy your own nails, have a look up there. I can see her now, she's laughing. You have a look up there, Effie's Health and Beauty on her page. Pop in and say hi to her through the send message button, and you will be able to ask her any questions, and I'm sure she will be more than happy to answer them online. And also she does special things, like she has pamper parties for 2 or 3 or more people. She will come to your place and do pamper parties and do one-on-one consulting with you. So Roz, yes, Roz is saying Studio 2 doesn't keep the guest in once the show has ended. But guess what, Roz? Effie is not in the studio. She's actually being mirrored by my mobile through Messenger onto the PC. So we're doing fancy pet stuff here today. We're lolling. We are learning out loud. We'll see you next week for Community TV with Adaire on mytimetv.live. Thank you so much for joining us today. It's been a pleasure as usual. Have a great week, everybody. I'm Adaire Palmer. Bye for now.